Good afternoon, Poshi. Nothing to say? Hello? There she is. So now we're at the fun part of the video. This isn't my first jumping lesson. I have jumped a few times before, but never on Delphine here. And due to my break from riding, I am a little rusty. I don't think I need to explain what I'm doing. I'm just tacking her up. And yes, I did pick out the saddle blanket that matched my jodhpurs. Thank you for noticing that we are in fact matching. So for today's lesson, my trainer has decided for me to trot jump, or trotting the crossrail, or whatever. Just basically approaching the jump at a trot to improve and strengthen my 2-point and riding. I genuinely, once again, don't know what to voice over for this portion of the video, so I'll just tell you guys a riding story of mine, this being the first time I ever jumped. Okay, so when I was younger, I was all about pony camps, and I loved to visit as many as I could. There was this one on South Roof that I would constantly visit. It was a rescue ranch type thing to allow kids to be around rescue horses and learn about them, and allow rescue horses to get used to kids so that they could be rehomed. It was a 5-day camp with heaps of activities like trekking/hacking down the beach or in the fields, lessons, games, and shows. Also some stuff that didn't include horses like fishing or dirt bike riding. Overall, a really fun little place. At the start of camp, we were assigned horses to take care of for our stay, and I'm quite tall. I stand at 5'10" right now, or 178 centimeters, and at these camps I was always the tallest girl there. So all the little ponies, or average sized ponies, were handed over to these smaller people. This particular camp, I was assigned Tawa, a Clydesdale Cob Cross, or something along those lines. I'm not precisely sure, but she was big. She was a gentle giant though, and she was really chill with me. However, because of her height and strength, Tawa was usually given to more intermediate riders. I was a 9-year-old fragile little horse girl and had no business being on this majestic beast. Nevertheless, they saddled her up, threw me on, and put me with the rest of the beginners in a lesson. I didn't have too much trouble controlling her. She basically just followed where the horses in front of her went, so I just had to focus on staying on, something I struggle with to this day. So like I said, Tawa is usually given to the intermediate campers. I believe Beginnerland was a tad too boring for her, because when the intermediates were leaving for their trek, she became very irritated and kept leaving the group to go to the fence. I had to keep being retrieved by trainers and brought back to the group because she just didn't want to be a part of the beginner party anymore. After like the 6th time we were retrieved, she had had enough. As soon as the trainers walked away and let their guards down, she bolted. You know that video of Spider-Man on the Greyhound? That's what I probably look like. Anyway, she was heading for the fence, and I couldn't stop a bolting 16.3 hand-high determined mare, so I just hung on for dear life as she jumped the 3 to 4 foot fence. Don't imagine I looked like a professional show jumper. I didn't. 2-point, don't know her. I was just clinging on like a koala and was lucky enough to survive unharmed. She stopped as soon as she got to where she wanted to be, and I slid off. A little bit shaken up, but I wanted to do it again. And that wraps up that story time. Here's a photo of Tawa and I taken during one of the bareback treks. As you can see, I wasn't kidding. She's a pretty hefty girl. Right, I should probably talk a little bit about today's ride now that it's basically over. I've just put Poshi in her stall so she can have her feed before heading out into the pasture, but just to summarize today, we've got stuff to work on. Poshi went over all of the jumps, no refusals. I am delighted with that, but it was my own issues that were really holding us back. For example, I kept coming up to jumps without getting enough trot out of her, or my 2-point was sloppy, etc, etc. I'm probably going to go home and do a nice squat workout to just strengthen my legs and my core so Poshi doesn't have to compensate for my tragic form. Of course, I'm still struggling with the issue of my feet and their insistence of not staying in the stirrups, but I'm working on it. Okay, I reckon that just about sums up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up or a friendly comment, and if you're feeling extra generous today, hit that little red subscribe button. Little red blah, blah, English? I don't know her. And it would mean a lot to me, Delphine, and my bank account. Okay, see ya!